Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your November reading. November is going to be very interesting as we come off of eclipse season and Saturn stations direct today, actually. And just the energy is a little off. So, Saturn, when Saturn is stationing direct or retrograde, it appears that the planet is slowing down to a complete standstill. And so it sort of feels like we're all sort of being dragged through things, right? A drug, or being just drugged through things right now. And you might really find it hard to be motivated for another couple of days, or, you may be really having to look at some pretty deep things going on with you, some internal stuff. Very interesting energies coming out of November. So if you would like to see all of you hear about all of your astrology for November and get a mid-month tarot reading, the Patreon is up and running and growing, and we really appreciate the support. It's the best way to support me right now. Or you can get a reading on my website. I have November open. I have the 6-month readings available for next year. And I also have a present moment astrology and tarot reading available as well. So those are two really great ways to support us. And Henry has his hoodies up on his website, the Wild Love Paradise Foundation. Some new hoodies for this year. And one of them is actually for myelofibrosis awareness. And the foundation that he started helps me to raise money so that the times that I can't work, the times that I can't do readings like this, the foundation is able to help me pay the bills and stuff. And we're also going to be able to help other people as well, not just myself. This is not just for me, it's for everybody. And we've already had requests coming in. So if you would like to help with the foundation, you can donate, or you can get a hoodie, or just go over there and check it out. All of that information is in the description box. The foundation website is down there. Cancer, let's get a surrender card for November. The power of surrender. The power of surrender. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Let's try that again. Sun, moon, and rising. There we go. There we go. Most signs have been getting multiples of these. So multiples. Okay. Nice. All right. Interesting. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet meditative moments. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So surrender to inner peace. And the other one is surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. So surrender unhealthy relationships and surrender to inner peace. I actually really like those for you guys for November. Just because it's been a really weird year, I sort of felt like I went through a wormhole, jumped several timelines. It was just this year was just very weird, very interesting. And I feel like there are just like so many situations, right? That I feel like I lived like 3 different lives. Let me put it that way. Like literally, it feels like I lived like 3 different lives in just this one year. And um a lot of endings and a lot of acceptance had to come through in big ways. So let's look at the 3 cards that came out. I think I want to get some more as well, but We have the Lovers was the first that came out. Then we have the Ten of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And it's really interesting because, so I feel like you are like moving on, slowly, but it's progressively happening. I feel like you're moving on from an ending with a relationship, and probably a relationship that taught you a lot about yourself and really like taught you about the deep inner workings of who you are. And because that the Lovers card, yes, the Lovers card can be like the soulmate, the twin flame, the divine partnership, all of that. But sometimes we also get partnerships like that in order for us to evolve and grow. And like sometimes they just like fast track it for us. I had that myself. There's the glitch. There's gonna be a lot of glitches. There's gonna be a lot of. I just like technology has been so glitchy with me lately. I got to shrug it off and keep going. But I'm like, I had that. I had a catalyst as well to grow and evolve really fast. Like it was super duper fast. And it was so that I could step fully into my power. And I kind of feel like, and maybe it's not even that, but it does feel like there was a very close bond with someone in a very close relationship. And that Ten of Swords, like it was a pretty painful ending. And even the ending might have drawn out a little bit, right? I want to get a couple more cards down here. And also that Lovers for me is so much about becoming whole ourselves and really being able to step into our own divinity by recognizing our own masculine and our own feminine energies and aligning to them and allowing ourselves to go through the ego deaths that we have to go through. You don't kill your ego off, like that's not a thing, but you do have to kill off old belief systems that your ego is holding on to, right? And so, what's very interesting here is, so I feel like you're walking away from this massive ending that happened, whether it happened in November, whether it's happening in November, whether it happened in October or the past at some time. And now I feel like you just really want to rush into the happily ever after, that Ten of Cups, right? The Knight of Swords and the Ten of Cups were the other two cards that came out. And I just want you to know, like, I love the Ten of Cups. I love the Ten of Cups. I love being able to dream up my future. I love manifesting things. I love bringing things into fruition. And I love learning how my own unique energy signature allows me to do that. Like for me, it's about using my voice. I have to say things and I have to say things to people. If I don't, then nobody's going to know what I need and what I need help with and things like that. And that's something that I've learned in my life and along the way. And I've also learned that you can't rush something that is meant to last forever. You can't rush that. Can't rush because that's what you want. That 10 of cups, you want that feeling of being completely loved and having a family and feeling whole and not being alone either, right? Like nobody wants to be alone. Some people might, but you can't, there's no rush, right? Especially with women, but everybody, we have an addiction to this time thing, right? There's not enough time. There's not enough time. There's not enough time. There's not enough time. Plenty of time. There's plenty of time for your life to fall into place the way it's meant to fall into place. And oftentimes we close ourselves off to thinking like that there's not much we can do or We just sort of have to accept the way things are. Whoop. And yes, although there is an amount of acceptance that we have to learn, there's also an amount of advocating and being able to change things yourself. The things that I accept are the things that I cannot control. And I can't control a lot of stuff in my life. But what I can control is my perspective and the way that I see things. And I can control how I allow myself to wake up in the morning and how I feel that day. And I can control not allowing I can control not allowing a disease to control me in certain ways. Because in other ways, again, I can't control it, right? So, Four of Cups on the Lovers. Like, here's the thing. If you're looking for somebody or something in particular, you might actually be missing out on something that the universe has right in front of you. That Four of Cups is like there's a cup coming right out of the sky. It's a gift. And that guy's paying attention to other things. You may be missing out on a connection with someone because you don't think that they look like a person that you would be interested in. The ending that happened was the key to that 10 of Pentacles. So when I was talking with you about the 10 of Cups before I clarified everything, I thought, wouldn't it be great if the 10 of Pentacles came out? Because that means that they understand that having that patience, taking the time, right? The Knight of Pentacles, taking the time to get there and having the patience to get there and really just focusing on the way you want your 10 of Pentacles abundant future to look like. I know that the pain part, I know that the hardship and the pain part can, how do I want to put this? I know that the pain of an ending can be really paralyzing, Cancer, but I don't want you to go into your shell. And I don't want you to, how crabs do that like sideway walk thing, to get around objects and stuff. They can't walk over it, right? They have to do that sideways walk to get around. I don't want you to do the sideways walk. I mean, it's like you don't need to do the detour. That's what it is. That's what I was trying to figure out, the detour. Six of Cups on the Knight of Pentacles. And, really, man, I wish that I could bottle up the feeling of when I met Henry. I wish I could bottle that up and so I could show people what it felt like so they would know when they met their person that it's like, this is your person. Because it's not like, yes, Henry gave me butterflies. Like I was always kind of little high school girl in the beginning. I always am when I'm like attracted to someone like that. I was, but it was just so natural. It was like we had been friends already for so long that it just melted into something romantic really easily. Like it already started as a friendship. It was a really natural thing. And that's what I feel like is happening for you, Cancer. But you have to surrender to it. You can't look at things like, this is the way that I think it's going to happen and this is the way that I think it's going to be, right? 9 of Wands, like stop fighting against things. When you feel that tension and you feel that frustration building up inside of you, I want you to ask yourself why you're really upset. Why are you really triggered? Why are you really angry? and then realize that you don't have to fight. Most of the time the battle is within yourself anyways. That's what this feels like. Even though this looks very much like an outward thing, I feel like the rush of wanting to rush things forward, that's the battle. And that 9 of Wands is very much like, I am done fighting. I'm done fighting. I'm not battling anybody. I'm not fighting with anybody. I'm not going to let myself do that anymore. And sometimes what that takes are boundaries for yourself. Bottom of the deck, I didn't even look. Oh, look at that. Queen of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So there's a fire sign around here. And then we have justice. We have judgment. We have judgment on the 10 of Cups. You deserve complete happiness, Cancer. It's time. And you're not alone. The universe is right there telling you it's time. It is time for your happiness. You're allowed to have happiness too. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands and the Three of Swords with the Strength card. So the fire sign. See, here's that thing though. I feel like the heartbreak from the fire sign actually brought you some resilience. It could have been a Leo or an Aries energy, or even Sagittarius. But I feel like the broken heart from that fire sign, that was the person it's like you're recognizing that person's role in your life was to help you become more resilient. That's what that feels like. That's what that person's role in your life was about. And now it's about your healing and it's like, I know that you don't want, if you have such a bad broken heart and it was a really, really painful ending, and I know that your focus doesn't want to be on other relationships, and that's fine. But you also have to be honest with yourself about not pining for people not pining for a relationship either. Because that's also going to keep you stagnant. All right, Cancer. I love you guys. I do hope you have a good November. I think that the eclipse was really eye-opening for you. And so I do just think that there are some endings that need to happen in order for you to have some really great new beginnings also. And maybe those endings did happen and you just need a boost to know that those, the foundation is happening. Like you really are working towards it. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.